Did everyone watch Jackie's daughter?
No, I haven't yet.
I did multiple times.
Lucky you.
Indeed.
Yeah.
Does Jackie know that her daughter was featured this past week?
Yes,
Okay.
because she emailed the
Hey,
marketing
everybody.
email, last week and said, when is my daughter going to be featured?
Did she write back and say thank you?
No, of course not.
Thankless. Our jobs are thankless. Thankless. So thankless.
Yeah. Oh, also, I do have, does anybody know Craig Neal?
Nope.
Real estate guy. He wants to make a donation to the Lensic. But his donation would be a 3D virtual tour of the Lensic
Oh yeah,
that
Randy.
we could use on our website.
Yeah, it sounded really interesting, and I was wondering if we could even figure out how to use part of that, because we've been talking about doing tours of the Lensic, and I thought that would be cool if we could figure out how to use it.
Well, I think he wants to make it specific for us to use on our website and stuff like that. So
Randy said, when I talked to him about it, he said he wasn't sure if it would be a link to his website, and it would be a tour of the.
well, it doesn't matter whether it's a.
I'm gonna hop over to Zoom here quickly. John just joined over there.
Okay.
John, how are you? I think here you are still muted.
Unmute. How's
There
that?
you are. That's fantastic.
Okay, good.
Sorry, we have another group that's as it is in this world. We are finishing a meeting on Microsoft Teams, which is the other equivalent. We have. I'm
Okay.
so tired of talking on cameras. I don't even know what to do anymore.
Yeah.
It's all good. John, this is Dave Waldrop. He's our IT.
Hi, how's it going?
Hi, Dave.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
So, and then the rest of the gang is getting. We'll have them off of this other meeting in a second, and then we'll chime in and start playing with the tech a little bit to make sure. So Dave is going to be managing the session, and will be kind of responsible for making sure the right people are muted and not, and all of that jazz, so that it works out well. And then we're also testing this this morning to make sure that the connection to YouTube Live is working.
Good.
All that stuff.
Good. Sounds great.
Yeah, I think so too. So your travel down to Albuquerque went well this morning?
Yes, it did. Jen had a minor eye surgery that had to be done this morning.
Oh
And
my.
everything went very smoothly. So we're back just in time.
Perfect. Perfect. Good. Well, this will be great tomorrow. I'm excited about it.
So am I.
Yeah, it's very good.
So check it out.
Oh,
Oh, never mind. Let me mute.
so, John, I think we kind of have a fairly rough idea of what I'll do, all the introductions and things like that. We'll turn it over to Murray to do his first reading, and then we can just kind of let the conversations and things unfold from there. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time this weekend woodshedding on his life.
Very good.
Yeah, it's going to be really it will be a lot of fun, and we have some good questions that have come in. I reached out to like Carol Farkas, for example, and some others, and she had some.
Very
she's gonna
good.
hopefully get a lot of her upstart crows tuning in too. So good stuff.
Are you figuring that we'll go maybe 45 minutes
I think that's the plan, right? You know, so
Okay, all right.
somewhere give or take, you know, we'll just kind of see
Sure.
how the conversation's going and wrap it at a natural time. And
Right.
be respectful of his time as well.
Of
And
course.
and then have the meet and greet that lasts maybe another 15 or so after that.
All right.
And that will be good.
Sounds terrific.
Yeah.
And then it will be available on YouTube shortly after that, or?
Right. So it should, the saved conversation should be available through the Lensic's site.
Okay.
It will be saved there, and then we'll make all the connections and stuff so that people can find it.
Wonderful, terrific.
Yeah. It looks like a bank robbery going on that other screen, doesn't it?
I'm not sure. Let me see. Am I missing a screen? Hold up.
I don't know. There's a.
There we are. Now I've got it. Okay,
It's-
you're right.
Sometime we'll get used to all of these.
Do you want us to all be masked men? What do you think?
No, I think if you're at home, you are just
Okay.
fine.
All
No,
right. Good.
they're together and working on stuff. So we're
All right.
working our best to make sure everybody's good. Very nice. So we have a couple people in the we're testing the waiting room. Is that all working okay, Dave and Greg? Who knows? Oh, here we are. Sorry, John, this is a little putsy.
Not at all.
Okay. We have our other gallery of folks here. So I don't have the YouTube up. Is that working okay?
It's streaming right now.
Great.
Actually, no, it's not.
It's not? No, well, it's streaming to only the people. I didn't put it public because while we were testing. Should it go public right now?
Wait, no, but don't you have a test YouTube link that's set up that you sent?
Yeah.
Because that's not streaming.
Okay. Help me out here, Greg.
What link did you use?
Let's see here. Let's
Send that link right there.
this one?
Yeah.
Send it where?
Send it to the team, put it in chat.
Oh, I see. Okay. And now what, I'm going to just drop it down here?
Yeah.
So the link you sent originally is not the same link. This is a different one.
That was the same one.
Well, what's going on?
Okay, now that one is streaming. That one is streaming. The one that you had sent earlier is not.
Oh, I see.
Oh, it just
Okay.
jumped in.
And now what, I'm going to just drop it down here?
Make sure you have that muted.
Originally, it's not the same.
No.
Different one. Okay, yeah. Seems to be working now.
All right. So the stream part is working with this other link?
Laura, will you send me that link
Dave sent it to all of us in the chat button.
Oh. Thank you. Okay, so I think I'm gonna write, during this test, I'm gonna write some things on the YouTube chat room, like welcome everyone.
All right. So the stream part is working with this other link?
More.
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Make sure everybody's muted.
Well, Diane's talking about something.
Except for Joel.
Yeah,
Nice.
so there's, how long is the delay on this?
7 seconds.
7 seconds. Fantastic. All right. Well, good. So, okay, so that is running. All right. So what are the other, so we want to work on pulling people in and out and the muting and the,
Yes.
Yes. Right now I can, I can mute anyone at any time. So what kind of test do you want to do here?
well, I was thinking it might be nice for us to do, maybe we can have someone here who pretends to be Mr. Abraham. And just, you know, get everyone else who's not actively participating in this to close their, you know, to have the video and mute.
And I also have a question too about, because right now it looks like on the YouTube, it's just whoever is speaking shows up on the screen.
Correct.
So if this is a conversation that's going to happen between, you know, Joel and John and F. Murray, is it possible to have all three of them on the screen when the conversation is happening? Or is it going to jump back and forth to that speaker view always?
I would say that most likely it's going to jump back and forth.
Can you change that on your end?
No.
I don't think that we can have everybody on the main screen simultaneously.
You can right-click it.
Not everybody.
No, I know, just the
Do
speakers.
spotlight video.
Can you
Spotlight
switch
video
to
has-
a,
I think it just does it all the time.
Yeah, when we do spotlight video is what gives everybody the spotlight. And so if you try to put it on 2, it just goes back and forth. Yeah, it's, I don't see right now how we could do that.
so not everybody, the only people that are going to have their videos on are going to be John, Joel, and F. Murray.
Yes,
And so could you, as the host, put it on gallery view instead of speaker view and have all three of them on the screen?
would that not put everyone? Let's see.
But everybody's
We have
video.
to just get everyone else to turn their cameras off. Why don't we try to do that and see if we can go to a gallery with the
Yeah.
3? Why doesn't Laura stay on here and then we can have everyone else put their cameras off? John, please keep yours on
Yeah.
too. You can, yeah, you can keep yours on. We're gonna see if we can get just, if it's just the 3 of us, if we can have all 3.
Oh, the host stopped my video. I'm going to turn it back on. So there's 3 of us.
Okay.
Oh,
that's
okay,
great.
yeah.
Yeah, there we go.
Oh, I can't do that. I can't. Dave, you're going to have to
Oh,
turn.
okay.
the video on.
Okay. Ask to start video. Okay.
Okay, and so, yeah, and then if, that looks good.
And I would do
If
that.
we have Greg, yeah, Dave, do you want to take your video off?
Yeah, that's what I'm doing right now. Let's see. Oops.
It looks good online over here.
I'm supposed to be off video, right? This
Yeah.
is done.
You know what? Why is it not, it's not allowing me to remove?
Because you're signing in.
Uh-huh. But if I'm not a host, I can't do all this stuff, right?
Who's the host right now?
Well, it's me.
Okay, cool.
And the thing is I have to figure out real quick how to remove my picture, my video. Let's see here.
So just down in the left-hand corner, stop video.
Oh, we could just do it down here. That's right.
Yeah.
But it'll say my name up there. It doesn't remove me from the.
It removes you altogether from the stream.
Oh,
No.
Are you sure it doesn't have Greg Titus written up
Yeah,
there?
the name.
Positive.
Hmm.
So when you let people into from the waiting room into the Zoom, before you do that, you need to make sure everybody's video is off and their sound is off.
Okay. Give me 1 second.
Looks like Di's video is still live.
I got a message saying the host wants you to start it, but now he stopped it. Okay, cool.
Yeah, it looks like I can.
Oh, yeah, that was an accident on my part, Di.
Okay, so let's look at the live here and see if Di disappears.
Okay.
In a couple seconds.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, you're right. We're not in the YouTube live feed. I see.
All right, yeah. So now it's just on the streaming right now, it's just the three of us.
Yep.
Yes,
That looks good.
that does look good.
So then let's say that Joel is playing the role, or I can play the role of F. Murray, and I'm going to be speaking and I'm going to be doing the reading. Can you
Okay.
switch from this to speaker view so that I'm the only one that's up on the screen?
Yes.
You know what I'm thinking though, actually, is that because of the 7-second delay, I wonder if we're going to even be able to do that, because F. Murray there's going to be such a weird timing delay.
I don't think that's not going to be a problem. If you think we're only dealing with
Okay.
what's going on here.
Yeah, and
So
yeah, as
Yeah.
long as we're not trying to watch the YouTube footage at the same
Yeah.
time, it won't
Oh.
mess with.
Yeah. That's great. Okay. So it's looking like it's working on YouTube.
Yeah, that looks great.
And then let's switch back to the conversation view.
Well, that was old footage.
Yeah, Greg Titus is still showing up in the YouTube.
Yeah. I think it's because his speaker is on, and so it's picking up him and making him the speaker.
Oh, I see.
Okay. And now it's back to the three of us.
Great.
Boy, 7 seconds feels like forever. Is
Yes.
it just me?
Yep.
That is appalling. Okay. So should we practice some back and forth between the, I think anytime that John and I are talking, if you're okay with this, John, should we just try to minimize as much as possible from the switching from speaker to speaker, and make it, when Murray is doing his readings, that we would go to the full screen with him, but otherwise.
Yes, I think that's good.
Person.
Right,
Yeah, I think that will make it easier for everybody.
absolutely. Yeah.
Yeah, okay. It looks really clean over here. I need better lighting. You guys, John, you look spectacular.
Well, good. Thank you.
You've done a fabulous job.
Natural
I
light.
won't be in my office tomorrow when we're doing that.
No, Joel, are you going to be on stage?
I'm gonna go down to the stage, yeah.
Great.
Yep, that's gonna be a much better backdrop, and that will be good. Okay. Good. So
Can we?
the only thing that would be Actually, I don't even think it really matters. I mean, I think the three of us could come on even at the beginning. You know, it might be nice to, you know, to bring Murray in, you know, if possible, that I could just start and introduce, and then as I introduce who the guests are, that, you know, that your video and audio become live, so that it's more exciting at the beginning. Is that something you think that you could do, Dave? And you're gonna have to do all the muting and whatever here.
Dave, you're muted right now.
Why can't you people hear me?
Ah,
Okay, yes, that's something that we could do for sure.
okay. Should we just try to do a run through with that quickly and just test it before, while we got some bodies here?
Yes.
All right. Fantastic. So I don't know if I'm just on alone or not. That's my,
No.
and again, 7 seconds is. Okay. Yeah, I think at this point it may be.
Okay,
So just so you're aware, turning the video back on, you will get a request from the host to turn your video back on, and you'll do it at that time.
Okay.
well, I can't, in other words, I can't just turn the video back on. I have to, it sends a request for you to turn it back on.
Okay.
You know what, Joel? I think maybe it might be easier for all, you know, John and F. Murray and you to have your video on and your sound on, but Dave can just start it with speaker view on you
Yes.
instead of
Okay.
having to.
That's just perfect.
Yeah, that sounds a lot easier.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's
And
great. I think whatever minimizes the,
yeah, maybe, and maybe actually with John and with F. Murray, you can have them muted. So even if there's any kind of background noise, it's not going to jump to either of them.
Got you.
Just to make it, you know, Joel is the only one that has sound and video on at the very, or I'm sorry, just sound on at the beginning.
Okay.
And
Just-
then, but
just
you're going to
sound?
have to switch to gallery view as soon as Joel introduces people.
Okay. So gallery. Yes, I
So
understand.
go ahead and turn the video back on. while I have
Okay.
great.
a request.
You can do it here too.
You know, it's easier to just do
Oh, I guess you're right.
John. Did you get John?
Yeah, I did. Okay, turn this back on.
Then go to speaker view.
Okay. Okay, so if we're starting, here is where we would start, right?
Well,
Yeah.
because I have my sound on and so does John.
Oh, right. So we would have to go like,
Turn the sound off.
is it just sound,
You can
right?
just click on the icon too.
Oh, okay. So it's just sound, and then, but we don't want their video on there either, right? We do?
The video can be on, right? And then it's,
Why did I come out?
I don't know, why did Greg Titus come back for a second? Oh,
because you're,
talking, right.
right.
You know,
Okay, so now it's just me. Should we do kind of a run through? And then what would need to happen is that when I make the introductions, then you all just, that Laura and John need to unmute themselves. And that will make your screen live. All right,
And Dave needs to go to gallery view as soon as you're done speaking.
Yep. All right, well, let's give that a try. Welcome everyone. This is Joel Alberts at the Lensic Performing Arts Center. It's so nice to have you all with us today for this special conversation with Academy Award winner F. Murray Abraham. I'd like to thank you for being here and supporting the Lensic during these difficult times, blah, 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 blah. I'd like to introduce our guests today, John Andrews. And John, I'll get a little bio of you that I can say as we lead you in. And man about town in front of his library, looking great at home and better lit than me, John Andrews, and F. Murray Abraham. Now, it's going to be interesting to see where we are on the, I'll have all this stuff together here.
When do you want it to go to gallery view? Just so Dave knows.
I think as soon as that's a great question. How about we do the, I think we just, how about I just go through all of the introductions? Or should we, no, how about as I start the introductions that we change it? I will do the thank yous and the, you know, the brief lead in about where we are as a theater and moving to these kinds of things. And then we move, and then just have everybody available. Does that sound okay to you, John? Okay.
So basically, when you introduce people, I'm going to switch it to gallery view.
I think it is, I will do the talk about, you know, Lensic stuff, the appreciation for being here, and then we will move over and when we start doing the introductions of the guests, that we just move it to gallery view.
Okay, you want to run through that one quick time, or say blah 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 or something? Okay, so now you're in speaker mode, speaker view.
Okay.
And if you're looking at the YouTube as well, don't get confused. You know.
I'm not even going to try to look over at the YouTube.
All right, so technically, let's see. We got Joel, we have Laura muted. We have go.
All right. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joel Alberts. I'm the Executive Director at the Lensic Performing Arts Center. We're so thankful that you've joined us this afternoon for this special engagement and an opportunity to have a conversation with Academy Award-winning actor F. Murray Abraham. These are, of course, strange times here at the Lensic. We're very used to having this theater behind me filled with people and having all sorts of different events and activities going on. Obviously, this situation has kept the theater dark, but we've been very busy during this time, having lots of different activities and things going on from the stage. And we're happy, as always, to engage with our incredible Lensic community and appreciative of the support that we have from you to keep this community-supported performing arts center open and active and vibrant during this pandemic. I hope that this finds you all happy and healthy and well as much as can be, and we'll look forward to having you back in this theater as soon as possible. I do have some very special guests with me today. John Andrews, who is with the Shakespeare Guild and is a long-term supporter of the Lensic, and a Santa Fean who has done some incredible things in bringing Shakespeare to the greater community. John, we're going to have a terrific introduction for you. And then I'd also like to introduce a man with so many talents and obviously known to a lot of people for his 1984 work in the film Amadeus, but has had an incredible acting career that spanned 5 decades, including to a most recent audience, his incredible work on the TV series Homeland. I'll have that all fleshed out as well. I'd like to welcome F. Murray Abraham. Thank you for being with us today.
So Dave, you have us muted. Do you want me or F. Murray and John to unmute themselves as soon as the introductions are starting? Or is that something that you're gonna do?
Okay, I can do it. Just tell me, like, as soon as Joel starts saying, I want to introduce, should I go ahead and pop up the gallery view right there?
Yes. I
Yes.
would say
And then at that point, I can unmute you after he introduces you. Or you can unmute yourself.
yeah, I would unmute, start the gallery view and unmute at the same time.
Okay, and so then you guys would just know not to interrupt him while you're.
Yeah.
while he's
They
introducing
seem like
you.
pros who will.
Yeah.
And it's on
All
gallery
right.
view, so it won't matter if somebody else says something because it's on gallery view.
Right, so it'll just, yeah, right, okay.
And this time it's John.
Oh, yeah, and John, let's see, unmute John. Okay, so just to clarify, we switch to, Joel starts making the introductions. We switch to gallery view and unmute all of the speakers at that point.
All of this.
Sounds good.
Yeah.
Okay. All right, I got that. So what you want to do?
Okay, so then the other thing that we should make sure that we have right is that when Murray is doing one of his readings, that we're making a quick full screen speaker view for him.
Every time he opens his mouth, I'll put him on speaker.
No.
Just he's going to do
Oh,
a
just for,
small collection of readings.
Okay.
I think so long as we're just having a normal conversation with him, let's just try to keep it in the 3-person view.
okay.
Just for ease, so that we're not.
That makes sense to me.
Yes. No, I think we want.
One second, Joe.
You'll just make him the spotlight video at that point. So right click on the image, select spotlight video, and it'll take over the screen.
For F. Murray.
Yeah,
Yes, okay. All right. Sorry about that, Joel. What were you saying?
No, just I think when he's doing his readings, we will have good segues into those, and if you can pop him into speaker view for that, that would be ideal.
Okay. I don't see a problem with that.
And then when it goes to conversation, it goes back to gallery view. All 3 of them are unmuted.
Yes.
Let's run through that for Dave, please.
Do you want to run through that with Dave?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Okay, so we're going to start. See, how am I going to count this off for you guys? Because I have to be muted. Do you need it counted off or what?
No, you could just mute and then Joel, do you want to just run through it from the beginning? Just so
Sure.
Dave can have this started from the beginning.
That sounds great.
We're ready.
Okay. Good afternoon, everyone. This is Joel Alberts. I'm the Executive Director at the Lensic Performing Arts Center in Santa Fe. It is a privilege to have you all here this afternoon and to have this very exciting event, a conversation with Academy Award winner F. Murray Abraham to bring to you this afternoon. Obviously, these have been very strange and interesting times for us in the performing arts world. The theater has been dark now since March, but we're always keeping busy with the different things that we're bringing out into the Santa Fe community. The Lensic has been engaged with a lot of virtual performances these last few months and doing all of the things that we can to continue to bring the performing arts to the people of Santa Fe and support an extensive education program that engages in our work over 18,000 students a year. the Lensic is a community-supported performing arts center, and the support that you bring us makes all of these things happen. So thank you again for your continued support of the Lensic, and we hope that we'll be able to have you behind us through this difficult time. I'd like to introduce some special guests who are with us today. First of all, I'd like to introduce John Andrews. John is blah, 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 blah. And I would also like to introduce our very special guest, F. Murray Abraham. His career includes this role and that role and the other thing, and it is so very nice to have you both with us today.
Thank you, Joel.
Thanks, Joel.
Very nice. So
Dave?
Murray, I understand that you have a selection of Shakespeare that you'd like to share with us to kick things off. If you would be so kind to do that, that would be wonderful. Thank you.
I'm happy to read.
Wow,
How
That's a
quickly,
tiny little book you've got there.
that was really good.
how quickly it all happened there on the tram. The bandit
Yeah.
turned and slashed his blade, remarkably sharp for such a crude-looking knife, down the length of my thumb. I didn't feel it at first, but the blood came fast and thick and flooded Madame Lavana's white broke coat. What would Grandmother Woodsley do? Apply pressure?
Wow, iambic pentameter has never been so great, but that's clearly from some sort of a tragedy.
Very nice. Okay.
It's perfect. How did that work for the jumping back? Oh my gosh, that was perfect. There you are reading.
I'm reading.
That's great.
It jumps back to conversation view, gallery view.
And it will jump back. So while we're looking at that tech, John, there's a very nice bio for you on the Shakespeare Guild. Shall I pull some things from that, or do you have a concise one that you would prefer to use?
Actually, Joel, I think what you've said is all you need to say.
Okay.
That'll be just fine.
Okay. That's
We
great.
want to leave as much room for Murray as we can.
I agree. That's great. Okay. Yeah, and we're back to the 3. Boy, that worked very nicely.
Great.
Good.
There was one other thing that I thought that we should review, and I just want to get to the timeline here just to check it and see. Oops. Teams is being frustrating. Okay, here. Should we try to go through it at the very end when we turn everything back on for the donors
Okay.
who are in the Zoom?
I think that would be good.
I
Yeah.
agree.
So Joel, you're going to end the whole thing.
That sounds
And then
good.
I think that Dave, you're going to turn everybody's video on. Once the YouTube live stream ends, you're going to turn
Okay.
everybody's video on, but make sure that their sound is still muted.
Okay. So do you want to go through a test run at the end?
Yes. Yeah.
Okay.
Just to review, turn the video on for everybody, leave their sound off, but we still want sound on for Joel, F. Murray, and John. Does that make sense?
Okay. Yeah, it does.
Okay, great.
Totally. Let's do it.
Let's try that.
Sounds great. Well, thank you again for coming and spending some time with us this afternoon. We are looking forward to having you all back in the Lensic as soon as possible, and we hope that you continue to be healthy during these times, and we'll look forward to having you back at the Lensic soon. Thank you very much. Close and then you'll
YouTube.
make the, I don't know if we're not necessarily going to want to disconnect YouTube right now, but that will happen next, and then move on to bringing people back up. And the other thing, Laura, that we can do is, I mean, we can provide some. So Dave, can you actually just start people's videos, or are you just asking them to turn their video back on?
He can start them, I believe.
You can actually start them, because I'm also.
No, I have to ask. I have to ask.
Right.
Sorry about
So
And
that's
people
the
have
other-
to actually do that.
Right. So that's the other thing that we can just do at the end as well, is that we can say that, you know, if, and I was thinking that the other thing that we can do for communication while you're off is that we can use texting, and we can use the messaging and things here as well, a direct message to me, Dave, if there are things that you're needing.
Mhm.
But using text is also a very fast, easy thing that can happen. But I can
Okay.
invite people to turn their cameras on once we're all.
Okay, yeah, you can just say, everybody feel free to turn your cameras on, and, okay. And then I'll just try to keep on muting audio until people are called upon.
We can mute all.
Yeah, that's the one thing that we wanted to go over with
Okay.
Joel about during the meet and greet.
Have to click through,
Okay, hold on one second.
Yeah, no worries.
click meeting on, and just click.
So
the-
John, I think maybe since you and Murray have a much deeper history here, with this group of people who will be in the meet and greet at the end, would it be best for us to just ask people, you know, one by one to have a that we play the host and invite people to make the say hello?
Fine, but I think actually you should be the host for that, Joel. Yeah,
Of course, yeah, no, that's what I am thinking as well, but
Sure. Right. Mhm.
This is the royal we, I suppose. and-
Yes, that's right, yes.
Um, But just go one by one so that it's not an overwhelming amount of people at the same time.
Sounds good.
Okay, that sounds great.
I wonder if everybody is going to have a question to ask Murray. Do you think? Melanie, you might have a better idea. I don't know.
I don't know that everyone is going to have a question or feel brave enough to ask it. So
Yeah.
I think there might need to be some questions you have on hand.
That's great too.
And
Well,
maybe
we can just ask for if anyone has a question, and then we can, right,
Yeah.
just
They
wave
can
your
raise
hand.
their hand,
and
yes.
do all the Zoom protocol,
yeah.
and
Dave, I think this is where you need to be, you know, really paying attention too, because these donors might not know how to unmute themselves.
Right.
So, you know, if somebody has their hand raised and they're not sure, you know, how to unmute, you might have to
Okay.
ask them to unmute.
And so what
Yeah.
we're doing,
Because
Yeah.
you can see their names,
questions.
Yes.
Yep.
on
Right.
the general public.
I'll
Hold on one second, guys. What's that?
Ask if we're doing questions for the general public.
Are we doing questions for the general public?
no, all of the questions that come from the public are going to come off of the YouTube.
YouTube, yeah.
Okay, so we'll have to shut the-
We'll have to stop going live on YouTube. When
No,
this is,
no, right. So we will stop going live on YouTube. But the questions that will come from the general public are going to be part of the public part of it. It's not going to be part of the meet and greet experience at the end. So we'll be fielding questions from the public that will go on YouTube, and I can be looking at those.
That's not anything to worry about, Dave.
okay,
Yeah, nothing that you need to worry about there.
You just need to end the YouTube live stream before this whole part starts.
Right. And
Okay.
We'll just need to know when to do that.
so right at the end of the speech and the seminar or whatever, then just right at that point, end YouTube and move on to this, right?
Exactly.
But there's going to be public questions, right?
No.
No, the meet.
No, these are just questions within the
There
people.
will be public questions as a part of the public presentation. This is separate.
Okay.
But the public will be able to chime in through chat during it all, and Di is going to be managing that, right?
we'll be reviewing the questions and things that they have. That will be part of the patter throughout. If you have questions that you'd like to ask, please submit them in the YouTube comments, and then we'll be picking from those. We can't guarantee everyone's questions will be asked, but we'll be looking for questions to bring to Mr. Abraham.
Okay,
So Dave, yeah, you don't have to even think about the question part
good.
during the public viewing.
Okay. There was one more question. Let's see. Oh yeah, wasn't there supposed to be a slide at the beginning or something? I don't know about the slide.
Yeah, so it's a conversation I wanted to have with you guys. So with Future Voices, the reason we added that slide idea in is because when Future Voices happened, the Zoom went off, just like normal, but it wasn't actually streaming to the YouTube Live. And so we were trying to figure out a way to make sure that YouTube Live was actually working before we start the whole thing. And so we thought maybe putting a slide up on the screen to say the program will begin momentarily. We can have Shannon do that really quickly.
Okay.
And so then once you see that on YouTube, the stream is working, and then we can start the program. So
Sure.
that was an idea that we wanted to bring up and discuss.
Let's talk about that later, tech-wise and things.
Okay.
John, did you have any thoughts or things from?
I think it all sounds terrific, Joel.
Okay.
And don't be surprised, by the way, if Murray ends up asking questions too, especially when he's talking to folks from the Lensic.
Perfect.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's a great conversationalist. He's got lots of good stuff. So that's perfect.
That's great.
Wonderful.
Great.
Great.
All right, so we can talk about so are you feeling good with the transitions? Dave, do we want to run through anything again before?
If you want to run through the beginning, there's just one thing that Greg and I wanted to try that might be easier on this end. You won't even notice it. If we could just do the intro one more time.
Okay.
Am I talking in music terms? I'll try to stop.
No, that's
Do the
all.
intro. Who's gonna play the bridge?
I think it would be really good if we could just run through it again from the beginning through to the donor part and turning on the videos, just so you kind of have a basic flow of the whole thing. Does that work for everyone?
That sounds good. I'm on.
Okay.
Let's do that.
I'll get my next reading ready.
You all. Oh, yes. And then we're gonna go. Joel.
Okay.
Oh, I can unmute a host. Look. Mhm. 5, 4, 3, 2. No, wait a minute.
Good afternoon and welcome everyone. My name is Joel Alberts. I'm the executive director at the Lensic. It's a pleasure to have you with us for this special conversation with F. Murray Abraham today. I wanted to just fill you in a little bit on what's been going on at the Lensic. Obviously, the theater has been dark now since March, but we have not stopped being busy at all. The stage has continued to be used for a variety of virtual programs that we've been bringing both at lensic.org and through.
Joel, I'm sorry. Can we start one more time? I'm
Of course
sorry.
we can.
Because I didn't quite get it where I wanted. So
Wait.
what a good way for me to start, I guess, would be to say like, I don't know, because I have to say that we're ready and then I have to mute myself and you're not gonna hear anything else. So
Well-
just like ready in 5, 4, 3, or something like that.
You know what? We can do a lot of different things, Dave. If you want, again, we can use. Here's my other question: is if you are closed down, let's practice because there. Can you still use one of the little wave things? You know what I'm talking about?
Oh, yeah. Let's see here.
There's the reactions button on the bottom. If you are down, you maybe can still give me a little high sign. Yep. So as soon as I see that, I can start talking. Okay, I'm guessing that means you want me to start talking. Hi, this is Joel Alberts. I'm the Executive Director at the Lensic Performing Arts Center. It's a delight to have you all here today for this special conversation with F. Murray Abraham. The Lensic has been doing this and such, and we've been super busy, and we're always thankful for the incredible support that we have from our community to make this community-supported performing arts center active and engaged in the public as we have been throughout the coronavirus pandemic. You are unmuted, Dave, just FYI. So it is my pleasure today to welcome two special guests to participate. First of all, I'd like to introduce John Andrews. John has been deeply involved with the Shakespeare Guild. He is a longtime supporter of the Lensic and was incredibly helpful in organizing all of this, these opportunities to bring Mr. Abraham with us. And then I would also like to introduce Academy Award winner F. Murray Abraham. I feel like we're stuck. I don't see any.
Yeah,
faces up.
Dave, you had our videos turned off from the beginning. I don't think that you need to do that.
Hey guys, yeah, I need to start one more time. Man, when we both start talking, I totally lose. Let me just try to run through this one time.
That's
okay. All right, so let's here's what's gonna happen. I'm gonna give you the wave and then we're gonna go, okay?
That sounds great.
You can turn
all right.
You want to have the videos up for John and Murray.
Okay. Did I get John? Oh, here we go. Oh, I did. He just didn't do it yet. Oh, okay. But I'm gonna go ahead and it won't let me go straight to the unmute button. See, look. Why do I have to ask to unmute? That's a bummer. Okay. So we have our host, and then we're still at the beginning of the show. We haven't started yet.
Right. Good afternoon and welcome, everyone. I am Joel Alberts, the Executive Director here at the Lensic Performing Arts Center. It's a pleasure to have you all with us for this incredible experience that we have to have a conversation with Academy Award winner F. Murray Abraham. The Lensic has been doing this. We need your support. Times are crazy and we'd love to get back to work. It's my pleasure to introduce two special guests we have with us today. First of all, I'd like to introduce John Andrews. John has been deeply involved with the Shakespeare Guild and is a much loved supporter of the Lensic and helped us to bring these opportunities together today. I'd also like to introduce Academy Award winner F. Murray Abraham. His career includes a variety of different roles in this and that, and his career in stage, film, and TV has storied career. So, gentlemen, thank you for joining us today.
Thank you, Joel. It's a delight to be here.
Wonderful to be here. Thanks for having us.
Very nice. So, Mr. Abraham, we understand that you have some Shakespeare you would like to share with us today, and hope that you could start our program off with a selection of your choice.
Happy to. That would be wonderful. Okay, I'm going to start. We walked toward the golden thrones, which were placed just far enough apart that two women didn't have to speak to each other. After years of competition between daughter-in-law and mother-in-law for the heart of the Tsar, their rivalry was well known but only whispered about. Their public personas were very different. The Tsar's mother, beloved by the people, was more open and gracious, fond of dancing, while the Tsarina, Alexandra, remained terribly aloof and barely tolerated at public events, preferring quiet pursuits of family time.
That's a wonderful rendering of King Lear.
I'm so glad you enjoyed it.
That's great. So, Tsarinas. I don't know if I have a follow-up question on Tsarinas. That's
I know. It's a great book. It is. Martha Hall Kelly, Lost Roses. New York Times bestselling author of The Lilac Girls. I highly
Nice.
recommend it.
That's
I'm
great.
just reading it.
Very good. How are you feeling, Dave?
Fantastic. How's it look?
Looks
I
good.
think it looked good from what I was seeing on the stream over here. Transition went really well to Laura and back.
Okay.
Should we try switching to the, now we're ending it and then going into the donor part of it?
Yes. So let's see here. I will be off.
Mhm. And so maybe we follow the same thing that, yep, just let me know that we're clear, and then I can invite people to bring their pictures back up and you can help as needed. All right. So thank you for joining us today. We look forward to seeing you back at the Lensic very soon. Have a good day. And here come people and folks who are here for the meet and greet following. If you wanted to turn your cameras back on, now would be a great time to do that.
I'm a noisy donor.
You're the noisy donor?
I'm making noise in the background.
It's all good. All right. That seemed to work okay.
Just FYI, I think I timed it. Seems like there's way more than a 7-second lapse for some reason. It's more like 25 to 30 seconds.
Agreed, same.
Yeah, I don't know if that really matters, but I just wanted to note, everybody to note that, because it's like 30 seconds. So.
Yep. Okay. I think the only thing that might have an impact for is, with some of the getting questions with immediacy for whatever is read. Having some things very specifically that would come from the Shylock readings or, the various sonnets. And that's the only part where I think we might run into a bit, but maybe John, part of that delay can be soaked up with you and I asking some immediate questions before we move on to the public.
Sure, that'd be fine. Yeah.
Okay. That sounds good.
And this will all be in the final section, right?
Yeah, so we will be doing the questions and things will be coming in throughout. So we'll have some conversation with him, and then I'll also be looking at the questions that come in from viewers. And then we can ask some things that are relevant to what we're talking about at that time.
Right. So you'll be the one who then presents
Right.
the questions to Murray.
Right. I'll be looking at the online questions and bringing.
Good. Perfect. Sure.
I see what he's saying, just for the online questions. Right. Be conscious of the.
Good.
Yeah, I get it. Okay.
Okay. How are you feeling?
I feel great.
Okay. I think it looked pretty smooth from what we saw.
Good.
Okie dokie. Well, tomorrow, do you guys want to just start right on time on the fly, or do you guys feel comfortable? I've got it written down step by step here, and as long as I follow my little instructions, I think we'd be good.
I think that's all great. So John, we'll send the do we have the link for tomorrow's Zoom?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. John, we'll send that to you, and then I'll reach out. I'll send the same to Murray today. We'd like to get our crew on at 10 till at the latest, just so that we're all gathered and that we're ready to go.
Sounds good.
Okay, and then we'll get it organized to what Dave needs here, and then I think we'll be able to go live at 1.
Sounds wonderful.
Yeah.
I feel
So
confident.
Thank you for your time.
Good.
A lot of final dress rehearsal waiting there.
I like it.
It's all good. Got to work out the final kinks before the end.
Absolutely.
Yeah, that's just great. Okay. Any other questions or thoughts?
So we should have the donors come on at 12:50.
I think that would be, yeah, that would be good. What was, I'm sorry, I don't have the timeline in front of me. Did you have a different time?
We said 12:45, but
12:45 is great too.
I think they can
Yeah,
jump
but-
off. They'll
and I
jump on
apologize, I
a
just
few
didn't
minutes in
have that in front
advance
of me.
and they'll be in that waiting room. And so then they can be admitted after you guys do your little test or whatever
Okay.
needs to happen.
And then at that time, they can still watch the rest of the presentation. While they're in the waiting room, can they watch the final 10 minutes of the discussion?
No.
no, so Dave has to watch and see who's in the waiting room and admit them in. But before he admits them, he needs to make sure their video off and their sound is off. Because if they're in the Zoom, they're not going to be watching on YouTube and then they're not going to be able to see anything. So they need to go into the Zoom in order to watch everything, but we need to just make sure their sound and their video is off the whole entire time.
I
Until,
think we should do it. Would it be too late to do it at 12:55? If I were the donor, I'd want to see the whole show
you're saying
before.
12:50. It starts at 1.
Oh yeah, right. Okay, got it. Okay, never mind. I was confused.
That's okay. So let's aim for 1:45 tomorrow. I'll send the email to you, John, and to Murray. And then we'll have a little time to get everyone organized and be ready to go at 1.
Sounds great.
Okay,
Very good.
great. Thank you again
Alrighty.
for your time. I appreciate it.
Thanks, John.
Thank
Thank
you.
you. Hasta mañana.
Yes, indeed. Thanks, John.
You bet.